So now we are having a second one, right? So I hope you are still okay. If you have followed our previous video, then let's get to business. So like I said, to solve a simultaneous equation, it means that you need to check your equations, right? So we are having two equations like this. So I said you check the simple equation, and I said to find out which one is a simple equation, you just check which one is not having squared. Can you see this one is having a squared and this equation is not having that? So it means that we can take this equation. So this is our equation 1, this is our equation 2. So it means that we can take our equation 1 because it is simple, it is a linear equation, it is not having a squared. So this equation is saying 4x plus y is equals to 2. And I said from that, now you check which one is your simple variable between the two. We can already see that our x is having 4 as the coefficient, so already it is difficult. So we take this one with only 1 as the coefficient and we make it the subject of the formula. So now it means that we can take 4x that side. So this remains y being equals to 2 minus 4x, and we can call this our equation 3. So now we made y subject of the formula on this equation. So it means that we are going to substitute that into that other equation. So wherever there is y on this equation, we are going to substitute 2 minus 4x. And don't forget the brackets. So let's take this equation. It is saying 4x plus y squared is equals to 8. So where there's y, we are going to substitute that. So this becomes 4x plus 2 minus 4x squared. Don't forget the squared because this squared is on y. Now we can proceed. So this is 4x plus 2 minus 4x. 2 minus 4x is equals to 8. Can you see that? So squared shows these two brackets like that. So now it means that we can solve the brackets. So now this is our 4x plus, when you multiply out, 2 multiplied by 2, that's a 4. And 2 multiplied by negative 4, that's negative 8x. This and this, negative 8x. And this now becomes positive 16x. This is equals to 8. Now we can proceed. So we are grouping the like terms together. I'm sorry, this is a squared like that. So now it means that this becomes 16x squared. And now we check 4x minus 8x minus 8x. This is minus 12x. And then we can kind of bring this side. We can bring this to this side and it can become a negative, right? So this will be 4, that is positive, minus 8. So that will be a minus 4. And this should be equated to 0. As we can check our equation, we can see that there is a like term, or there's a factor that can divide throughout. So we can divide throughout by 4, by 4, by 4, by 4. So if we do that, this can just become 4x squared, and this will be negative 3x, and then negative 1 being equals to 0. Now this equation, we can actually factorize that. So this is our 4x squared minus 3x minus 1 being equals to 0. So we can factorize that, simple like. If you're failing to factorize, just comment that I'm unable to factorize, and then I'll bring up some questions that will help you to learn how to factorize. So this will be 4x, x, 1, and 1. This will be negative, this will be positive, right? So now we are equating every bracket to 0. So our 4x plus 1 is equals to 0, or our x minus 1 is equals to 0. So now it will mean that our 4x is equals to negative 1, or our x is equals to positive 1. So now it means that our x here So because negative 1 over 4 for x is equals to 1. So we have two values of x. But we said we want to solve this simultaneously, every variable, right? So it means that now we can proceed to solve for y. But we know that our y is actually equals to 2 minus 4x. So on the first equation, we are going to substitute x as this. On the second equation, we are going to substitute x as 1. So the first solution will be y will be equals to 2 and then negative 4, negative 1 over 4. It means that our y becomes 2. Negative multiplied by negative, it becomes positive, and this will be positive 1. So it means that lastly our y can become 3. And on this is saying y is equal to 2 minus 4 and then 1 is our x. So it means that our y here, it will be 2 minus 4. So here our y becomes negative 2. So these are the values of x and y. So we have solved this simultaneously. So if you're struggling, if you're still struggling to solve for x and y simultaneously, just comment and I'll help you out. Having said that, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, follow, share this and like this. I'll see you on the next one, day number 12. See you on the next one.